Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Elvia and I wanted to just sit down and just kind of have a girl talk, a chit chat. Honestly, I don't even know if it's going to be a girl talk yet because honestly, anyone is welcome. I feel like anybody that's around my age may be feeling the way I'm feeling. And I don't even know how I want to approach this video yet. I don't even know if I want this to I definitely don't think this is going to be like an advice video because I feel like I'm still struggling with this area. So I think I'm just gonna let it out and vent. And I feel like a lot of people may feel the way I feel. You guys may understand, you guys may not. I don't know, but this is kind of like a vent session, like a girl talk. Like let's get into it. So honestly, I want to talk about three topics today. I want to talk about loneliness. I want to talk about burnout in healthcare, and I want to talk about just faith, right? The first thing I really want to get into, I feel like the first thing I want to get into is burnout in healthcare. Like, I feel like I truly like what I do, but my biggest struggle, I feel like I'm an ultrasound tech, just to have some background. So I'm an ultrasound tech and I've been an ultrasound tech for about 3 years now. I worked so hard to get my degree and do what I had to do to get to where I'm at right now in my life, and I'm forever grateful. Like, my job has blessed me abundantly, and also just to see the impact I have in my patients' lives. And just like, I also work at a cancer center as well, so I see like majority of my patients like frequently, or like on my like weekly basis sometimes, or like every 3 month basis, every 6 month basis. But like, since I've been there for 3 years, like, you get comfortable with certain faces, and like the impact I've had and the impact they've had in my life too, like just how kind they are. I feel like that's what make this job worth it, and also that's what keeps me going for real, as well as the fact that this job has just been a blessing to me as well. Like, the way it has opened so many doors, like the things that I have right now outside of God, of course. Like, I feel like my job literally made it possible. I've been able to live alone, I've been able to travel, I've been able to do so many things that I'm just forever grateful for. But also, it's like, I feel like where I'm at in my life right now, I just feel working full time is just very stressful. Like, I don't even want to say stressful. That's not the word. I use the wrong word, y'all. Working full time, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, it's just exhausting. It's just very exhausting. And I really want to get into a schedule that I feel like I just want to have a better work-life balance. Like, I want to be able to work like 3 days a week and still be able to handle my responsibilities. You know what I mean? And I feel like I could probably maybe do that, but also it's like I would obviously have to sacrifice something. Also, I would have to get approved by my job. It's like so many things that goes on with that. And yeah, that's just where I'm at with that. I just feel burnt out. I feel like even last year I used to pick up so many shifts, and now where I'm at, when I tell you, I'm honestly trying to get into a 4/9 schedule. That's what I'm trying to do, but there's a whole thing with that. But y'all, I'm saying all that to say I'm just exhausted. At my 3 year mark, I'm exhausted. I'm also starting to physically feel it too. Like, if you know, when you're an ultrasound tech, like the way you have to scan, the way you have to position yourself sometimes to get the images, because it's like the ultrasound machine is very tech dependent. Like, so we have to scan in uncomfortable positions at times, like, and that just, at the end of the day, it becomes very exhausting. And yeah, like, I don't know, like where I'm at right now, I just want like a better work-life balance. Like, and I've always said this too, getting into this field, I always knew I'd be happier working 3 days a week, because I'm a type of person, because I struggle with mental health at times, like, I cannot feel overstimulated. Like, I need time to do things more than an average person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Someone who may be able to just work 9 to 5 and still do this and that. I don't have the same capacity. I don't have the same mental capacity. So I been knew this going in. But then also, like, I got a job that I love, I love the environment, and I love the people I work with. But it's like, at what cost? You know what I mean? I need a better work life balance, in a sense of just a better schedule. That's just where I'm at. And I know with some changes that are coming up, hopefully like in this next season I'll be able to get that work life balance, because I really think that's what it is. Because anytime I'm putting like, I'm using my PTO and I'm going to work like maybe 2-3 times a week, I'm so much happier. Like, it's like I'm able to like tackle other things. And I also feel like right now in my life, God is calling me to just be more creative, like even with this YouTube stuff, like, just expressing myself more, which is like out of my comfort zone. But I've been wanting to do it. Even with me getting into the gym, y'all, like I've been really consistent with the gym lately. Like I've been really taking time to really like care for my body, which was a really hard thing for me to do for the longest. But now that I feel like I'm in a slightly better place mentally, I'm able to like really be more consistent in the gym. And I'm grateful for that. But also it's like, sometimes when you're so exhausted, like you don't even want to go to the gym. I just feel like it costs, the 9 to 5 rut costs you so many things that should be a part of our lifestyle and routine. Like, going to the gym, being able to be creative outside of work, being able to pour into other things outside of work. That's not my whole identity, of course. So I think right now I really just want a great work-life balance. That's really what it is. Like if I had time to just be able to like, and I think the only way I'll be doing that is working 3 days a week. Like I'll be able to like go to the gym even more consistently. Like, because right now I go to the gym minimum 3 times a week, usually 4. But I feel like I could even go 5. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'll just have more energy to do things. And I feel like working a 9 to 5, that prevents that. It prohibits that. Like it's just, and also even when I want to be consistent with YouTube, like I'm already full time somewhere else. It may sound like an excuse, but it's the truth. Like it's hard to stay consistent. It's just very hard to do. It really is hard to do. Not that it's impossible. I feel like through God and the strength he gives me, like I literally have to call on God all the time to give me strength to show up at the gym, to give me strength to post, to give me strength to really take time to be able to work on the things I want to work on, But it's just like I feel like my brain isn't wired like an average person. So I need to just like be cautious with just how I live my life, but also just be aware that like I may not have the capacity as a normal person to do certain things. So I think it just makes it harder. It just makes it harder to show up at times and be the best at whatever I put my mind to, because it's like I just feel overstimulated in another area. If you guys are understanding where I'm coming at, or where I'm coming from. But yeah, y'all, I'm just feeling it right now. I'm really feeling that healthcare burnout. And I'm just 3 years in. So I'm really right now, like I've been taking a lot of PTO. Y'all, which I feel like kind of helps, but also it's like if I was working the 4 9s, I'd be able to do PTO on top of that. That way I'd be at 3 days. I feel like it'll be better. At the end of the day, I can't exhaust my PTO all the way. So it's like, yeah, it's better, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. That's where I'm at with that. And, hopefully things can change and I'm able to change my schedule. And if I am in a different facility, or if I move somewhere else, I'm able to get a job that is just better accustomed to my lifestyle. I think that's just where I'm at. And I think that's just what I need right now in my life, because y'all, I'm feeling it. Like, I also wanted to come on here, y'all, and talk to y'all about just loneliness in your mid-20s. Honestly, am I still mid-20s? I'm 26, y'all. Does that count as mid-20s? I think it still do. Damn, I'm pushing up there. Oh, I'm pushing up there. But yeah, I want to talk about like loneliness in your mid-20s. Y'all, it's so crazy because like I started living alone 2.5 years ago. And it's crazy because once I moved into my apartment is when I started to deal with loneliness. around that time I was still around people, but when you are in a new area, like kind of separated, you're gonna feel that. And I know a lot of people talk about this too. Like, you ever been around a lot of people but still feel lonely? I think that was the stage I was in. Like, I still was around people. I still had friends that were in my life around that time as well, and I still felt lonely. I think it was just the season I was in. I think I didn't really know how to fully adjust with living alone. I've already talked about this on this channel too, about how that impacted me and affected my mental health. Like, that's something that I feel like a lot of people do not prepare you for, and you kind of just have to navigate it when you're in it. And I'm so grateful I was able to do that, because when I was able to strengthen my relationship with God, and I think that's what got me through. That's what got me by. Honestly, that's what keeps me getting by. That's what, that literally is my daily bread. Okay, to get by. Even with friendships that ran its course, right? I would still try to hold on, because you don't want to let go of the time you've invested, or the potential of a friendship, or whatever the case may be. But now that I'm in a season right now where I no longer do that, and I truly prioritize myself, and I've truly been pouring into myself, and I'm strengthening my relationship with God, and knowing what he says about me and how he views me, it just alters how I view relationships, and encountering his love has changed the way I love on people and the way I want to be loved. So because of that, I feel like I no longer, I feel like I'm just I'm changing my perspective on the type of friendships and type of relationships, the type of environments I just want to be around. So when I went through that stage, of course, I went through a stage of just losing people. And it's crazy because before I would write a list when it came to the type of man I want, okay? But I never really would write a list or just realize what is it that you truly want, and even in friendships, and what ways can you be a better friend, or even the people he put in my life currently. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people that's been placed in my life currently that's just been a blessing as well, and trying to steward that. So yeah, and also just knowing, like, what do I want within those friendships? You know what I mean? Like, what are my non-negotiables? Like, how do I want to be cared and loved for, and how do I want people to show up for me? How do I want to show up for others? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a whole lot, like, just basically reevaluating how I view relationships, platonic, romantic, everything. Yeah. And then when you sit there and really truly love yourself, and truly, like, no, like, I got to stand on business on certain things that truly do matter to me, that I felt like I was very lenient with before. So yeah, with that, it comes, like, you will encounter loneliness. You'll encounter loneliness when you move to a new area. You will encounter loneliness when you reevaluate the type of friendships you have around you, or you will encounter loneliness when you become very intentional with just the relationships you want in your life, or when you reevaluate other friendships you've had. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, and no one talks about that, because it's actually very, very hard. No one talks about just, like, loneliness in your 20s, and navigating that, and making room. Like, when you're in the middle, it's kind of like you left behind a lot of things, but you still haven't, like, seen what's to come and what I know is to come. Or it's like I said, even the people God has blessed me with, like, even if it's just like we go on an outing and we go do something, like, I'm so grateful for moments like that. But I also want to look up the term loneliness, raw, because I love looking at the definition of things so we can really understand the context of what I'm speaking on. So it says loneliness is the emotional feeling of being disconnected, unseen, or lacking meaningful connection, right? Even if you are physically around other people. And I think that's what it is. I'm someone who's full of death. So I'm so full of death. There's nothing superficial about me. Okay? Listen. So it's hard, because it's like when you're starting all over, it's like it takes time to get to that level with people. So it's like, in a way, it's like I'm still, in a way, grieving that aspect. But also, it's like, this is so necessary. This is so necessary. And this is why I think it's important to I still trust in my Abba, and I still trust that God is working everything out for my good, pure point blank. But it doesn't mean that this season is not still hard. Like, it's not still hard. And anyone who may be going through this, like, if you're going through it, like, I want you to know, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Okay, I understand. It's very hard, and I truly do think it gets better. And I think we just have to have an anchor throughout this season. Like, what is your anchor throughout this season? Because loneliness is just like not, it's a very hard thing to go through. You know, it really is a hard thing to go through, especially when you're someone who likes to connect with people on a deeper level. And to feel like, to lack that in a way is like, it's hard. And I want you to know, I see you, I feel you, I hear you, and I just pray that you have an anchor in your life to get through that. And I truly do think things get better, and and we have to hold on to that. And also, like, I just want to commend anyone who may be going through this and still choosing themselves. Like, that is the greatest just act of love that you could show yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? To truly show yourself even through seasons like this. And I do think it does get better because of people even I've encountered, you know, like I've encountered people, and it just shows me that, you know, God does hear me, because it's in those moments that I go out and do certain things with people that truly is a blessing for me. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all, it's actually very hard. Like, this season has just been very hard for me, but also I feel like it was very necessary and crucial because I've learned to truly love myself in a different way. And also I realized I seen something, someone just said something the other day, and I just related to it so much. And I forget where I read it. I think it was on TikTok. And she was just saying how sometimes people look at their validation through how people reflect it back to them. Like, if someone treats you this way, then you think, okay, yeah, then I'm worthy. But if this person doesn't treat me as if I'm not, if this person does not treat me as if I'm worthy, then I'm not worthy. Sometimes we really go based off that. We go based off how people treat us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was me for the longest. So I had to go through that, through this season, to really figure out, like, God is sufficient enough. You know, and at the end of the day, he shows me so much grace because he knows at the end of the day, like, we need community, and, you know, he holds place for that. But also I'm starting to learn that that's why I go back to what I just said about needing an anchor, and God is my anchor because he is sufficient enough. But at the end of the day, he knows I'm human, and he even said it's not good for man to be alone. So there's grace in that, and I know at the end of the day, he's working things out for my good to be placed in a community where I feel seen, loved, heard, and just like considered, and all these things, right? I don't want to be in spaces where I'm tolerated anymore. Like, I just want to be truly seen, loved, heard, appreciated, celebrated. You know, and I also want to do that for other people too, because there's areas where I lacked. So I want to be able to be better as well. The way you want people to love you is how you should love others as well. You know what I mean? So just being in this season where I'm able to look at my flaws and know where I could do better when God does bless me with that, but also just know what I deserve as well as I wait. So, and not settle. Okay? Not settle. His being is sufficient. Yeah, and also, like, he comes first before anything, because at the end of the day, human beings are flawed. Like, they're going to let you down, pure point blank. Like, human beings will let you down left and right. Like, you got to be sufficient with his love. But also, I think there is still grace for wanting people to do life with. I think he understands that and set things out to be that way as well. So I just have to trust that he hasn't forgotten about me, and I won't be in this season much longer. But while I'm in this season, to just see what he wants me to see in this season, because I don't think it's for no reason. I've already seen the way he's been working on me, but I still think there's still more things that he's trying to prune out, and I'm just trying to navigate that and go through it and see the fruits of that within my next season. So yeah, y'all, like, I just want to, I guess, I don't know, I'm here just venting. I guess I just want anyone who may be going through that to just feel seen and heard and understood. I just wanted to do a quick little girl talk about just, I guess, just a conversation. Like, I don't, like I said, I don't know if this is a girl talk or not, but I just wanted to have a conversation about this because I feel like a lot of people may feel the same way or may be going through it. But yeah, y'all, like, I just kind of wanted to vent. I'm about to go get some food. I think I'm about to go get some kava. I'm about to go get some kava. And yeah, I pray you guys have a blessed day. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you for just holding space for me right now in this moment to just express that. And I just hope you guys have a good day.